Dr. Michelle Davis was the Pentagon's most respected military historian. For 12 years, she had documented every major battle, analyzed strategic decisions, and written comprehensive reports that became required reading at military academies worldwide. Her historical analysis was so precise and insightful that generals relied on her expertise to understand past conflicts and plan future operations. But when Pentagon archivists discovered a filing error, they found something impossible. Michelle's detailed battle reports, dated months before the battles actually occurred. She wasn't documenting military history, she was writing it. Dr. Michelle Davis had joined the Pentagon's Historical Division in 2011, bringing with her an impressive academic background that included a PhD in military history from Georgetown University and specialized training in strategic analysis from the Army War College. Her dissertation on tactical decision-making in asymmetric warfare had been praised by military scholars as groundbreaking research that provided new insights into modern combat operations. Let me know in the comments which city you are in when you listen to this story. And don't forget to subscribe. The Pentagon's Historical Division was responsible for documenting and analyzing military operations to extract lessons that could improve future strategic planning and tactical execution. The division's work was considered essential for understanding the effectiveness of American military doctrine and for identifying areas where improvements could enhance operational success and reduce casualties. Michelle's early assignments within the Historical Division involved analyzing recent combat operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, where she demonstrated exceptional ability to identify patterns in tactical decisions and to understand the complex factors that influenced battle outcomes. Her analytical reports were noted for their clarity, precision, and insights that went beyond simple documentation to provide strategic recommendations. The quality of Michelle's historical analysis quickly distinguished her from other researchers in the division. Her reports contained details about combat operations that seemed to reflect intimate understanding of battlefield dynamics, tactical decision-making, and the psychological factors that affected performance under combat stress. Her work was so comprehensive that commanders began requesting her analysis for planning future operations. Michelle's reputation for exceptional military analysis was established through her documentation of Operation Enduring Freedom, where her reports provided insights into Taliban tactics, terrain considerations, and logistical challenges that help military planners develop more effective strategies for subsequent operations. Her analysis was credited with contributing to improved tactical approaches that reduced casualties and enhanced mission effectiveness. The methodology Michelle used for her historical research was initially attributed to exceptional analytical skills and comprehensive review of available documentation, including after-action reports, intelligence summaries, and personnel interviews. Her ability to synthesize complex information from multiple sources into coherent strategic analysis was considered a rare talent that made her invaluable to military leadership. But Michelle's analytical capabilities began to attract attention when her reports started containing details about combat operations that didn't appear in official documentation or witness testimony. Her descriptions of tactical decisions, environmental conditions, and combat dynamics were more detailed and accurate than anything that could be derived from standard historical research methods. The first indication that Michelle's research methods might be unusual came when she submitted a report about a classified operation that contained information that hadn't been included in any available documentation. Her report described tactical decisions and battlefield conditions with precision that suggested either access to classified sources or some form of direct observation that was impossible given her assignment to desk research. Michelle's supervisors initially assumed that her exceptional reports were the result of unofficial access to classified information or informal conversations with personnel who had participated in the operations she was analyzing. The detail and accuracy of her work suggested comprehensive access to primary sources that went beyond standard historical research protocols. The investigation into Michelle's research methods revealed that she had not accessed any classified information beyond what was officially available to Historical Division personnel. Her security clearance and access logs showed no evidence of unauthorized access to sensitive documents or communication with personnel who might have provided classified information. The puzzle of Michelle's research capabilities deepened when she began submitting reports about operations that contained information that wasn't available to anyone at the Pentagon. Her descriptions of enemy tactics, terrain conditions, and combat outcomes were so detailed and accurate that they seemed to reflect firsthand knowledge of operations that she had never observed or studied through official channels. The breakthrough in understanding Michelle's unusual capabilities came when she submitted a report about a future operation that hadn't been planned yet. Her analysis described tactical challenges and recommended solutions for an operation in Syria that military planners were just beginning to consider. Her report was dated 3 weeks before the operation was officially proposed. The timing discrepancy in Michelle's report was initially attributed to administrative error or misfiled documentation. Pentagon archivists assumed that the report had been written after the operation was planned, but had been incorrectly dated due to computer system errors or clerical mistakes that were common in large bureaucratic organizations. But further investigation revealed that Michelle's computer access logs and security records confirmed that she had indeed written the report before the operation was planned. Her analysis had been completed and submitted 3 weeks before military planners had even begun discussing the tactical challenges that her report addressed in detail. The discovery that Michelle was writing reports about future operations prompted a comprehensive review of her complete work history. Pentagon archivists began examining the timestamps and creation dates of all her reports to determine whether the Syria analysis was an isolated incident or part of a broader pattern of temporal anomalies. The archival review revealed that Michelle had been writing detailed battle reports about future operations for her entire 12-year career at the Pentagon. Every major operation, tactical engagement, and strategic decision that she had analyzed had been documented in reports that were written weeks or months before the events occurred. The temporal pattern in Michelle's reports was systematic and consistent. Her documentation of major battles in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and other operational theaters had all been written before the battles were fought. Her strategic analysis had preceded the strategic decisions that commanders made based on her recommendations. The implications of Michelle's precognitive capabilities were staggering for military planning and strategic thinking. If she was actually experiencing future battles before they occurred, her reports represented unprecedented intelligence about operational outcomes that could be used to prevent casualties and ensure mission success. The investigation into Michelle's temporal abilities revealed that her reports were not just predictions based on analytical expertise, but detailed accounts of actual future events that she was somehow witnessing before they happened. Her descriptions of specific tactical decisions, individual casualties, and precise battle outcomes were too accurate to be explained by strategic forecasting. The psychological evaluation of Michelle was conducted by military psychiatrists who specialized in unusual mental phenomena and stress-related conditions that might affect personnel in high-security positions. The evaluation was designed to determine whether her apparent temporal abilities were genuine or the result of psychological conditions that might compromise her reliability. The psychiatric assessment revealed that Michelle possessed normal cognitive function and psychological stability, with no evidence of delusional thinking or mental illness that might explain her claims about experiencing future events. Her personality profile indicated exceptional analytical intelligence combined with stress tolerance that made her ideal for sensitive research assignments. The neurological testing conducted as part of Michelle's evaluation revealed unusual brain activity patterns that had never been documented in medical literature. Her neural responses during controlled testing showed activation in areas associated with temporal perception and memory formation in ways that suggested processing of information about future events. The controlled testing of Michelle's temporal abilities involved having her write reports about classified operations that were being planned but hadn't been executed. Her reports contained details about tactical outcomes, casualties, and operational challenges that were subsequently confirmed when the operations were conducted weeks or months later. The accuracy of Michelle's precognitive reports was remarkable, with operational outcomes matching her predictions with precision that exceeded statistical probability. Her descriptions of specific tactical decisions, environmental conditions, and combat results were confirmed by after-action reports with accuracy rates approaching 1. The strategic value of Michelle's temporal abilities for military planning was enormous. Her reports enabled commanders to anticipate tactical challenges, prepare for specific threats, and make strategic decisions based on advanced knowledge of operational outcomes. Her insights had been preventing casualties and ensuring mission success for 12 years. But the ethical implications of Michelle's abilities raised complex questions about the nature of free will and strategic decision-making. If she was experiencing predetermined future events, her reports might be documenting outcomes that were inevitable rather than providing intelligence that could be used to change those outcomes. The classified research program that was established to study Michelle's abilities involved collaboration between military intelligence, medical researchers, and theoretical physicists who were attempting to understand the mechanisms that enabled her temporal perception. The program was designed to determine whether similar abilities could be developed in other personnel. The research conducted on Michelle's temporal abilities revealed that her precognitive experiences were most vivid and accurate when they involved high-stress combat situations where lives were at stake. Her ability to perceive future events seemed to be triggered by the emotional intensity and strategic importance of military operations. The documentation procedures that were established for Michelle's precognitive reports involved secure protocols that ensured her predictions were recorded and verified before the events occurred. Her reports were time-stamped and stored in secure systems that prevented alteration or backdating that might compromise the integrity of the research. The strategic planning implications of Michelle's abilities influenced military doctrine and operational procedures in ways that couldn't be publicly acknowledged. Her insights informed decisions about troop deployments, tactical approaches, and resource allocation that were based on advanced knowledge of operational outcomes. The security classification of Michelle's abilities was maintained at the highest levels to prevent enemy forces from learning that American military planning was based on precognitive intelligence. Her identity and capabilities were protected by multiple layers of security that ensured only authorized personnel were aware of her temporal abilities. The psychological burden of Michelle's precognitive experiences was significant, as she was forced to witness future combat operations and casualties before they occurred. Her ability to see future battles meant that she experienced the trauma of warfare repeatedly, both in advance and during the actual events. The isolation that resulted from Michelle's classified abilities prevented her from discussing her experiences with anyone outside the research program. Her temporal perception made her one of the most valuable intelligence assets in military history, but it also separated her from normal human relationships and experiences. The long-term implications of Michelle's case influenced military research into human consciousness, temporal perception, and the potential for enhanced human capabilities that could provide strategic advantages in warfare. Her abilities represented possibilities for human potential that challenged conventional understanding of consciousness and time. The ethical guidelines that were developed for utilizing Michelle's precognitive abilities included protocols for ensuring that her temporal experiences were used to prevent casualties and protect American personnel rather than to gain unfair advantages in conflicts or to manipulate outcomes for political purposes. The succession planning for Michelle's unique role involved attempts to identify other personnel who might possess similar temporal abilities and to develop training programs that could enhance precognitive capabilities in selected individuals. The research suggested that temporal perception might be a latent human ability that could be developed under specific conditions. The documentation legacy of Michelle's work included thousands of battle reports that represented the most accurate and detailed military historical records ever created. Her reports provided insights into combat operations that would influence military training and strategic planning for generations. The verification procedures that confirmed Michelle's temporal abilities included independent analysis by multiple researchers who examined her reports and compared them with subsequent operational outcomes. The consistency and accuracy of her precognitive documentation was confirmed by rigorous scientific methodology that eliminated alternative explanations. Dr. Michelle Davis had indeed written detailed battle reports for 12 years, but every report had been written before the battles occurred. Her role as a military historian had been a cover for her true function as a precognitive intelligence asset who provided advanced knowledge of operational outcomes that enabled military commanders to make strategic decisions based on future events. The Pentagon's most respected military historian had been documenting battles that hadn't happened yet, using temporal abilities that allowed her to witness future combat operations and provide strategic intelligence that prevented casualties and ensured mission success. Her historical analysis had been based not on studying past events, but on experiencing future ones. Michelle's precognitive abilities had revolutionized military planning and strategic decision-making in ways that couldn't be publicly acknowledged. Her reports had guided American military operations for over a decade, providing commanders with advanced knowledge of tactical challenges and operational outcomes that enabled unprecedented strategic advantages. The filing error that revealed Michelle's temporal abilities had exposed one of the most classified capabilities in military intelligence history. Her ability to write battle reports before battles occurred had demonstrated that the boundaries between past, present, and future were more flexible than conventional understanding suggested. The woman who had been documenting military history had actually been writing it, using precognitive abilities that allowed her to witness future events and provide strategic guidance based on advanced knowledge of operational outcomes. Her work had saved countless lives and influenced the course of military operations in ways that would never be fully understood or acknowledged. Dr. Michelle Davis had proven that sometimes the most valuable military intelligence comes not from analyzing what has happened, but from understanding what will happen. Her precognitive battle reports had demonstrated that the future of warfare might depend on the ability to perceive that future before it arrives, and that the most important military historians are those who document battles before they are fought.